Inheritance. So inheritance is a mechanism of acquiring the features and behavior of a class by another class. So there is a requirement of code reusability. So with the help of inheritance, we can achieve it. So let's say we have a class A and class B. And class A features can be acquired by the class B. So here the class whose members are inherited is called as the base class. So class A is here base class, and the class that inherits those members is called as derived class. So class B is here derived class because it is inheriting the members from class A. Now let's see what are the advantages of inheritance. So advantages are it reduces code redundancy because instead of writing the same methods, the same members again in different class, we can reuse the same members from the base class here. It improves code reusability as well because we are reusing the code available in class A. Here code is easy to manage and divided into parent and child classes. So if you are talking about the maintenance, like code maintenance, so code maintenance is easy if we are using the inheritance because here we are dividing the code into the parent and the child classes. So if you want to do any change, so you have to just do the change at one place and everywhere in the child class that code be reused. So you don't need to maintain the code separately for each and every class. It supports code extensibility by overriding the base class functionality within derived class. So sometimes it might be the case whatever the methods you have written in your base class, that method behavior you want to change. So in the derived class, using the features of method overriding, we can override the base class functionality in the derived class. Types of inheritance. So let's see what are the different types of inheritance we have. So these are the various types of inheritance. So we have single level inheritance, we have multi-level inheritance, we have hierarchical inheritance, we have multiple and hybrid. But multiple and hybrid inheritance are not supported by the C# language. So .NET framework supported language like C#, App#, do not support the multiple and the hybrid inheritance. So here we can use only three inheritance: single level, multi-level and hierarchical. Now let's understand each and every types of inheritance here. Single level inheritance. So in this inheritance, a derived class is created from a single base class. So we will have a single base class in single level inheritance. So let's say we have class A and the class B. So here class B inheriting a single base class, that is class A. So this is the example of single level inheritance. Then we have multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, a derived class is created from another derived class, and that another derived class might have its own base class. You can see in the diagram, class C is inherited from a derived class B because class B inheriting the class A. So this is the multi-level inheritance because class C is having the features from class B and class B is having the features from class A. So in this level, class C can also exceed the behavior and features of class A as well as class B. So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. So in hierarchical inheritance, more than one derived classes are created from a single base class. So let's understand with the help of diagram. So here we have two derived classes, class B and class C. And here both these derived classes are going to be created from a single base class. If we have the inheritance like this way, so this is the example of the hierarchical inheritance. Further, the class B might be the parent for more than one derived classes. Same way class C can be the parent for more than one derived classes. Multiple inheritance. So in multiple inheritance, a derived class is created from more than one base class. So let's understand with the help of a diagram. So here you can see class C is going to be created from more than one base class. So class A and class B both are acting here as a base class for the class C. But C Sharp does not support multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance you can use with C++. Even Java does not support the multiple inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. So hybrid inheritance is a combination of more than one inheritance. So in case of hybrid inheritance, you might use the combination of multi-level or multiple inheritance or hierarchical inheritance. So hybrid inheritance is also not supported by the C Sharp, because here also the case of a single class might be inherited from more than one base classes. So here, because of scope resolution issue, the C Sharp does not support the multiple inheritance and the hybrid inheritance. But both these inheritance we can use with C++ language. Let's understand inheritance with the help of example. Suppose we have a class named as a vehicle. So we have a vehicle class, so obviously we will have the vehicle number as well. So I'm just using here a vehicle number. I'm using here vehicle owner. Now to support the single level inheritance, let's say we have a vehicle as car, and this car is going to inherit this vehicle class, because car having the same types of properties. So it will have the number, it will have the owner. So in car we can have a member, let's say number of doors, like how many doors we have in a car. So this is the example for single label inheritance. Single label, because we have a vehicle and we have a car. So car is a derived class, so this is the derived class, and this is the base class here, the base class. So this is example to understand the single label inheritance. For multi-level inheritance, the same inheritance hierarchy I can change. So how I can change? So just do one thing, just make a copy of the same class set, and this time I'm going to use a multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance, let's say before the car we have the vehicle. So you might have a four-wheeler. So we have a vehicle type as four-wheeler. So here I'm defining here the vehicle type. So vehicle type might be automobile, it might be a simple vehicle. So now car is the part of the four-wheeler. So here it is the example of multi-level inheritance, because four-wheeler class inheriting the vehicle class, and this car is inheriting this four-wheeler. So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. Same way, if you want to extend this example, so I can extend this example to hierarchical inheritance. So let's understand the hierarchical inheritance. So same example, I can change the hierarchical inheritance. So in hierarchical inheritance, what I can do, I can create another vehicle as well. So in case of four-wheeler, you might have, let's say, tractor. So we have here, so tractor also have the four wheel. So in the tractor we don't have the number of doors, we have the number of axles. So how many axles we have in the tractor wheel? So for tractor it will be here number of axles. So let's say for tractor it will be here number of axles. So number of axles. So this is an example of hierarchical inheritance, because in hierarchical inheritance, vehicle is the base class, then four-wheeler, from the four-wheeler we have the car, and from the four-wheeler we have the tractor as well. So here two derived classes are going to be created from a derived class, and this derived class is having its own base class. So this is the example of hierarchical inheritance. So in hierarchical inheritance we have, let's say, so these are the example of single level, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. I hope it makes sense. You have, and now you have the idea what is the single level inheritance, and what is the multi-level inheritance, and what is the hierarchical inheritance. And here I have given you the whole real life example. You can connect together. Now you can create the each and every class object for accessing the things. So you can create either tractor class object, you can create either car class object, you can create either four-wheeler class object, you can create here a vehicle class object. That's it.